Hello everyone, we are back into match day number 2 with, the pairings of the loser of match day 1, Ukraine and Hungary playing against each other today. I'm joined by Pedriaco again. Hey, how you doing?
I'm having a nice time. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine as well. Looking forward to today's match. Because today there could already be a decision who's, not advancing to the semifinals. Since both teams lost, we have a decision today already who's not advancing here. Because, I think it's not doable when you lose today's match. So both players or both teams with the back against the wall. And I think a lot of pressure for the players here today.
Yeah, win or go home, must-win game. I think they're gonna be ready to go.
Yeah,
The
and
pressure brings the best out of some players.
both teams with really familiar names in it once again. And we're starting with pauper format, just as usual. So no elites and no special cards allowed. For Hungary, we'll have Tasm taking on match number 1 here. And for Ukraine, we will have Herr Panpan. So both team captains just trying to fight it out in battle number 1. What do we expect? I think last time in match number 1, Ukraine started with US with that California deck that we just saw, which is pretty strong, but we also saw it being countered pretty easily. And Hungary played an interesting Soviet Britain naval power deck. What do we expect? Do the players or the teams just stick with what they saw, or do they try to counter each other again and then just try to counter the counter?
Ukraine with a little more confidence in the Pauper having won that round against Russia. With that strong Britain, USA, California supply drop deck, and with also some good control tools with supply shortage, of course, monsoon. I think this is a strong deck. We saw it struggle against artillery. It doesn't have a good way to destroy those immediately, except with that combo monsoon rod supply shortage. But that's kind of expensive to get rid of artillery.
Yeah,
Um, so
definitely.
we'll see if Hungary expects that deck and finds a way to counter it.
Yeah, it's a lot about, thinking about what might your opponent bring and if you can counter this. But there's a big risk in just, running a deck that is not too useful against other stuff, right? We saw this last, what match was it? I think it was a German deck against the Birdo Burrito. Ah, it was in your match, right? In France versus Canada. In the second match, I guess, against Birdo Burrito with the German control deck. That absolutely did not work as intended against that unitless
Yeah,
deck from Birdo there. So a
exactly.
lot depends on what deck you pick, I guess, especially in pauper format on the success here. So we're,
What are we having here?
I mean, gave the players a go. I think they're
Okay.
still trying to figure out. I hope they're not trying to figure out what deck to bring, but looks like
I hope,
Hapanpan is.
I hope they've
Still
decided already. Yeah.
waiting
You don't
for.
decide last minute for win or go home match. You gotta be prepared.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Looks like Hapanpan is. Wait, both are locating enemy. Did they use the wrong code?
Oh, did one of them mistype it?
Yeah, looks like it.
Battle code is a very nice feature that
Oh yeah.
has been added recently because the friend uh, challenge has been buggy for most of the time.
Yeah.
Also, you have a limit to 100 friends. I think it's still the case. So that can be difficult for players who play a lot of tournaments.
Absolutely, yeah. In the previous Nations Cup, all players had to befriend each other before the match, and it was just such a mess. Now with the battle code, it's really good addition. So I can see, yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Match number 1. Here we go.
Match number 1. It is Japan versus Germany. Ooh.
Ooh, a burn deck.
Oi, oi, oi.
Diplomatic attaché. And Germany looks like an artillery deck from Hungary.
Oh yeah, we just saw an insane Vesper last week. I think it was from Airball, an 810 Vesper.
I think that was a Hummel.
Oh yeah, sorry. Exactly, it was a Hummel. You're correct.
Yeah.
All those insects can easily
Similar
mess
meaning.
them up. Oh, that's not the start you're looking for when you have Punpon here. Only 2 Type 93s and Tasm with 2 Greyhounds already in hand.
I'm wondering how much units our company is running here. Definitely the Mito for the burn.
Also, what do they use for draw?
That's a good question. Limited and standard cards. There's expansion, of course, but you need to control the front line. Akita also a great unit.
Puck 36 is huge here.
Maybe the question is how much removal are they running, because against artillery that might be a big problem.
Oh, it's the Greyhound that has not been damaged yet.
Yeah, well played by Tasm, putting as many units as possible to keep that artillery alive. For the Akita hit. Hayabusa, another burn card. We see Gathering Storm as draw from Tasm. Of course he's gonna have artilleries in there. I expect some fighters like the FW.
There's a good amount of burn in hand, but I doubt that it's enough. That's just 4.
Oh, we might see Imperial Swing discard a countermeasure, and it does.
Oh, good catch there.
We don't see that very often. That's cool.
I had a situation where I just discarded my own countermeasures with
This
card. I activated them, and then I played this. What is it called? Imperial Strength?
Imperial Strength. Exactly.
Imperial Strength, yeah, and I discarded my own countermeasures. Because it's all countermeasures. Yeah, all activated. That was the expert play. Okay. The Punpon playing in the correct order here.
Oh, that Type 93 was not a great idea. It dies immediately to the Pack 36 passive effect.
Yeah, and no signal on board. This was just a sacrifice unit into nothing here. And now a Punpon with an almost empty hand here.
And combined arms, interesting. That's a +3.
Really cool deck that SM is running here. Oh.
Yeah, that's bad timing on the expansion.
And
I believe that Ashram Jaeger gets a bonus when there's a tank next to it in the front line, and that's exactly what happens.
Yeah,
it's +1 attack.
The starter return gets +1 for each tank in the same line.
So not a huge effect for now, but he might add up. Her Punpon already down to 3. And that Vesper might bring the final blow next turn.
No way that a Punpon finds a way to clear the board here. That retaliation is definitely going to be played around.
Yeah, there's lethal on board. I think that was a very fast match. We were used to longer matches in pop. This one is done already.
Yeah, interesting deck decision here with this burn deck. Especially in this.
Did not work out, unfortunately.
Especially in this format where you don't have too much draw. But I think there were 4 expansions in the deck, but did not find any at the correct time. Oh no, that's wrong. Server 1-0 lead for Hungary already. Ukraine definitely coming in here with the interesting decks. Next
Unfortunately, did
match.
not have an answer to that pack 36. Maybe
Yeah.
Diplomatic Attaché could have
Yeah, also the,
dealt
the, the
one damage to
Greyhounds
it.
were just too much HP to deal with them. So overall, just a very aggressive
Yeah.
starter for Azam.
Greyhound, a good unit against aggro, of course.
Next
But that's
match.
what we have. Now we have Legacy.
Yes, and we will have Kolbasnik.
Definitely an interesting format. It's difficult to expect anything except Red Air, which is so strong, but we saw people bring all sorts of decks in that format. From US Unitless to, what was it, Propaganda. We saw Kolbasnik play last time.
Yeah, well, he played a German burn deck. Germany-France.
Yeah.
Germany-France. Okay, wait. Kolbasnik. Too many windows here. See that?
It's Kolbasnik and
Kolbasnik and Casti.
Casti.
So
Okay.
last time Hungary brought Brit US Air, and I think Casti played it as well. I think that was the situation where on turn 5 he had 2 Swordfish and did not play the Alliance, which might probably have
Exactly.
lost him the game here. That was that match, and here we go. Let's see what they're bringing today. Casti with Brits again, and Kolbasnik with Germany again. It might just be the same decks again. Ah, looks like Brit control this time from Kolbasnik.
Yeah, German control. And
Yeah,
looks
German
like British,
control, you're
but with
correct.
Japan ally, I see an air superiority for Casti against
Ooh.
German Italy control, which might be an interesting matchup.
Kolbasnik definitely needs to find the sudden strikes here. The flying bomb is definitely helping as a removal.
Yeah, the Fiat also a good way to heal and deal with bombers. I don't have no bomber yet. Gonna eat up an air superiority. Such a strong removal.
Yeah, for 1 credit, deals 3 damage.
You
That's
gonna go for the
insane.
V1 rocket already? Now wait for that gladiator to be buffed. Or is he just gonna keep it in hand for later?
Going to remove it instantly.
Get rid of it. You don't want, for example, an Aichi to be dropped and close air support. If you make sure there's no British unit, it's not gonna happen. And here deciding to play the secret operator instead of attacking with the bomber. And no play at all for Kolbasnik, that's a shame.
Pretty heavy hand here, yeah.
That's a 5 cost. And of course the 2 Alpinis, they're not gonna do much against bombers.
U88 is a great answer here.
Yeah, this is a good answer to bombers. They have full health for now. But of course it's weak to bounce as well. HQ slowing going down.
Yeah. Do you just play it again and risk to run into another lightning? But I think you can't go with the hipper here. And another close air support found for Casti.
Yeah, Nakasti can keep all of his units alive. Also deal full damage with the anti-strikes. 3 bombers on board and only 1 unit taken by the U-88. And an overdraw as well. Now down to 7.
Definitely remember now why I'm happy that Empire Strikes rotated out. Such a strong card. Yeah, what to do here?
The burn damage to the HQ is non-negligible.
Could go 7 Alpini maybe.
It doesn't answer any of the
But
bombers.
we know that There's a Monty and a Sonya on board, so whatever Kobaznik plays here will be removed pretty cheap. And then with another close air support, that should be
Maybe
enough damage.
Maybe if you had some Flam Panthers or Sun Strikes in the deck, you could have searched for them with the Panther H. Decides to put a fighter in the...
And that's good game, right?
Oh yeah, we never Spyro.
Yeah, also with Monty and Sonya attacks onto the FW.
Yeah, that's
And then it would have been exactly 7, but this does the job as well. Wow.
Hungary.
That's a fast victory here so far, 2-0. Dominant so far.
Yeah, very dominant showing from Hungary, ready to go.
Bosnik not finding the tools necessary there to deal with the early aggression of Brit Air.
Looks like Casti learned from that defeat in matchday 1, choosing to bring a different ally with this Brit deck.
And it definitely paid out.
And
Found
it
an answer against the Fiat.
Worked very well. The air superiority is so huge early on. And that naval supply run for the lethal damage. Now can Ukraine answer with pure war? Pure war definitely a flip of the coin, as are most battles in war. You never know what can happen.
The most interesting matches we saw so far have been in pure war. Definitely looking forward to this again. Also my favorite format in the whole event. So
We saw some creativity even in that format. Yeah. Different nations being played. But mostly Germany, I think.
Yeah, also just cards that are not too strong in standard format are just pretty strong here. Like all these, what is it? The Gebirgs Pioneers, the 1-drop could be easily removed, usually with sickles, with other stuff. But here you don't have access to early removal. It can be really, really strong.
Yeah, and you can go as wide as you want. There's no AoE. Except for that Leopold and possibly a VR if you play Britain, which Stormare does today.
This could already be the deciding match here. Ukraine has to fight back, but it could be an easier task for Stormare. Up against 3 Pipit. That's a pretty strong opponent, which is unfortunately not able to share the screen, so we get the full Stormare POV experience here. With Mobilize. Interesting. Airline Brigade also good. Mobilize in pure war. That is okay. I guess you don't have the win condition with the Commonwealth, but other than that,
yeah, you just want to make big units.
Also, your opponent is not having answers to the POTAS once you establish an early board. The POTAS could be pretty strong in this one. Evasive activated.
Not sure what turn 2 deployment effect there could be, but definitely turn 3.
35T maybe?
35T, that's definitely a possibility. We don't know 3-Pipit's ally, but we can guess it's US-Germany frontline style.
Yeah, because the Shermans are just so good in this format, since they provide a lot of draw. Kitty Hawk is a good find. And
the Marbles as well. That's a great time for the evasive action. It's cost 0, so you can activate it anytime you want. That's the great thing about this card.
And this
now you catch something big.
So air landing is basically a 3-4.
Exactly. Now if you catch the binders, that would be huge.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, but this is Japan ally.
Japan ally with Aichi. DA2 instead of DA1.
And both units have a smokescreen. Is it a
Wait,
smokescreen
yeah,
deck?
I was thinking the same. Is it just a smokescreen deck?
Or maybe
Nice.
it's just a coincidence that both units have smokescreen for now.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't see Tree Puppet's hand.
I think the big bomber that supposed to smokescreen units is a 5 cost, so we are not going to see it yet. Maybe later in this game.
Uh-oh.
Look at the name. This definitely looks like smokescreen
Yeah,
now.
now we are definitely sure that this is a smokescreen deck. Which is pretty smart. I mean, in Pure War, you have to attack with units into those.
Yeah.
But Stormare also developing quite a strong board here. What is the number? The 26 definitely doing work here, giving all of the units +2 defense. I
The
think if
T1Y1 Model 11. It's a 2/3 smokescreen bomber. Friendly unit. It's a smokescreen, it gets +2/+2. That's what I was thinking about. But Trip Pipit for now just playing on curve and not doing anything with the board. Getting quite big for Stormare now. You have to do something other than just play units on curve.
yeah, at some point you need to attack with them. But yeah, as you said, this bomber is quite expensive. I think there isn't there also an order that just okay. Good
Nice
evasive.
catch by Vex action. And support line is 4, you have to do something. Strongmare is definitely going to be looking for one of these protests to refill the hand. And there it is.
The potes.
Great draw. Four's probably not going to play it now because it can be reached by that artillery or that bomber.
Yeah, this artillery is a strong pick in this format. With 3 health.
3/3 smokescreen, definitely strong. A bit slow at full credits, but
Yeah, but
once it
also
gets
just
going,
one
it can be
operation
very
cost is
potent.
pretty strong.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, Stormare slowly running out of cards, staring down one artilleries and a bomber. So if you go for the Greyhound here, the artillery is taking out your Kitty Hawk, and then the bomber has freeway. I think you just push everything up and trade with the Kitty Hawk maybe? Or just go face with the Kitty Hawk? I think it's better to go face with the Kitty Hawk, right? Or you just go Potes 73rd here?
You want to get rid of the artillery and infantry sectors with money, yeah. You don't really care about your health total because you don't have Commonwealth in your deck.
Yeah, also not too bad. Just clear the artillery, that bomber. Might attack into the front line now, but then you can take it over the Kitty Hawk next turn.
I think the order you were talking about, shock attack, when a friendly unit loses smokescreen this turn, it gets +2/+2.
Ah, it's on. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god!
Oh, wow. Don't see that one every day. The armored infantry reduce damage with adjacent units.
That is strong.
This can be very strong in pure war.
That's like -4 with these 2 units.
Yeah, so Strongmare trying to get rid of them,
Yeah, landing really kicking in here.
but this is,
It's only combat damage.
yeah, it's only 1 to the HQ, 3 to units. We
Better
can get rid of.
utilize it
Oh,
here to get rid of units.
maybe now the protest can come into play. Or maybe a 2-pounder.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, with the POTUS you get to draw, but if you find another mobilized unit, it's maybe better to play it next turn. But how should Preprinted ever remove it? Sure, there could be another half track.
Playing to put face then. Trip a bit down to 9. Has to deal with that Kitty Hawk. And also that 2-pounder now. Also with 6 health, this I believe
Airland.
Landing Brigade
Airlanding Brigade, yeah.
is solidly holding the front line.
There comes 5th Rangers.
Let's gonna get rid of it. Taking minimal damage here. Getting rid of that artillery. Oh, the French 75. It's an interesting choice. There's another mobilized unit. Keep drawing.
Ooh, and another evasive. This could be huge against the 5th Rangers. Keeping them at 4 operation cost.
Could be against the Sherman as well, even though Tripip is not lacking cards. They might be lacking answers to the Potes. Sendai, no deployment.
Oh,
The Potes is gonna stay.
POTUS stays, the Kitty Hawk stays. So that's another 5 damage here. It's getting close for Tree Pipit. How to reach those airplanes. Phase of action, definitely the MVP of that match so far.
Counter the half track, counter the Sendai. Don't know how many copies Stormare runs in the deck, but 2 doing a lot.
Okay.
That's not gonna keep the 73rd Infantry from threading with that 5th Rangers. On
What is it, 73e, or how is it in French?
Yeah, 73e.
Yeah.
We count very weirdly.
Yeah, I know. You just add up 40 plus 20 times 2 and stuff like that. Yeah.
60 plus 13, yeah.
Yeah, I had French in school, so I know what you guys are doing.
You are familiar with our game.
Yeah. Okay, so Stormare definitely needs space in the support line here. I think this 73rd goes into the 5th Ranger. The rest simply goes face. People needs to clear the board. I mean, they need.
Yeah, how is he gonna deal with both fighters?
I mean, it could clear the front line, but I think this is not winning in the game here.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, just go face. And if the people is
let's
having
see
nothing
if-
with blitz here,
Let's see if Tripipit has an answer.
which also needs to be a tank. I mean, you could have Hellcat to get rid of it.
That's definitely a Hellcat possibility, but he would have played it by now.
But this
And
looks
the
like
full bar comes out.
this does not look like a Hellcat in hand. Half track could help. Oh no. Oh yeah, half track would also help. There's the bomber.
Yeah.
We needed that one earlier.
Mm,
Looks like evasive action.
Maybe air defense.
Oh yeah, just imagine. Just imagine
Yes.
you called it.
He left 2 credits.
It
Could have attacked with one of your front support line infantry first to make sure the Stormare got too excited.
I mean, you could have expected, right? With the emote, that was a little bit too obvious, maybe.
Yeah, the emote was a little too much, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't deal with that armored infantry yet. You gotta deal with the Sendai first. Because it prevents damage
It's
to...
only a -1.
It helps 2 damage to the armored infantry. maybe it's not over yet. Maybe Stormare can stabilize that front line and find another way to reach HQ later.
Kitty Hawk is out, so what else can you have? I mean, you can have Lancaster maybe. So definitely outs, but not too many with Britain and France.
Probably a Sexton. That guard is gonna give him some time. Oh, double bomber.
Oh, now this receives +4.
That's four.
+4.
Wow, that's a special. You got 2 of them.
3 Pippin turning it around with the air defense here.
Sudden, this board looks very strong. There's 19 damage on board. The Albacore can pin one of them.
Yeah,
One of the infantry.
you still bounce the 5-2, right? Why would you bounce that one?
Wants to deal damage to it, I guess. So that later he can deal damage to the armored infantry. But he chooses not to play any units.
I mean, if this other bomber moves now or attacks, it's just also getting +4/+4. Interesting smokescreen deck here, and definitely the battle of the countermeasures so far. Evasive action for Stormare, carrying kind of, and then the air defense turning the game around.
Now California, another evasive action, but it's not gonna do anything.
Playing triple
And
evasive action. And it was a fast one today here.
Ukraine takes it 3-0. Well done.
Hungary 3-0.
And they stay alive in the competition.
They're still in it in a very dominant fashion. That just shows how strong China is as well. And Hungary really well prepared here today. And that final match, I can't believe it, that air defense coming in clutch there. Okay, let's take a look at the standings. Four.
Very interesting match in pure war with that smokescreen deck and mobilize. Definitely both had a chance. And smokescreen got the win with that double bomber, double model 11.
Okay, I still have to update the mechanic here how tiebreakers are dealt, because I think Hungary would be at rank 1 right now because they just won more matches. So definitely have to update this. So yeah, but Hungary still in the competition. Tomorrow we will have Russia versus China. I think it will be decided there who's already in the semifinals. So definitely looking forward to this one as well. But for today, congrats to Hungary. Ukraine only has to play for the marbles in the 3rd match next week. But yeah, we're also here for the fun, and I think today was definitely fun to watch. Some really crazy decks again. Players come up with some crazy countermeasures. We saw Japan burn, which not really performed too well, but I like the creativity in this format and what players are coming up with. So
yeah, there's definitely room for creativity with all the different formats, and you always want to keep your opponent guessing, so you're not going to bring everything the same every week.
I mean, we just saw it, right? If it's open format, you kind of expect that air defense there, but in this format, you can never be sure, so you always have to take everything into consideration. And yeah, in this case, that air defense absolutely turned the game around. Really well performed, really well played from both teams. We will see tomorrow, guys. I think same time as today with China versus Russia. And stay healthy, Patriarchor. Thank you for being here today again.
Thank you.
And hopefully see you guys in another one. Bye-bye.